Back to work, back to work, to hopefully make some money for the year. I've got my boots tied tight, my breakfast packed up. Hope today goes better than last day. Good morning, everyone. Little Billy Madison there, but anyways, it's another day. We've got a little bit longer to go with this water here. Should turn off today, and then we're opening up another head gate today. It's gonna be fun, full of weeds, but we have that big old project that we got finished up with the pipeline, so we'll take a look at that here in a bit. I'm just gonna check this field real fast, make some adjustments, and then we'll roll over there. So made here to the top of where our water comes in. Basically no water yet, but I'll show you guys kind of the front side of it, what's been done. So first off, we put in a huge weed guard here. This will just keep pretty much big stuff from going past into the pipe. Ignore this because we were supposed to get something kind of fancy and it never came through. So that's what we got for now. But anyways, water will come over this edge down into that drop, and then there's the pipe. And the pipe goes not to that tree, but kind of where that grain bin is, but just over to the left. So I'll kind of show it. But it's a quarter mile I think, of pipe. So lots of pipe there. I was gonna film the guys putting the pipe in, but I was told not to. Not because they were doing anything wrong, but just you get into OSHA and stuff like that. If somehow this video made it crawl, anyways, I didn't want to get anyone in trouble, so they asked not to, so I didn't. So we get to see the after effects and the water running from one side to the other. Oh, it is the pipe, so nothing too crazy. Alrighty, so weeds are coming. Doesn't look too bad so far. We'll find out. We'll see how this looks though here in a bit. Make sure it runs all right. So we are really not worried about like small stuff like corn stalks and everything, because they'll go through fine. You really don't want a big weed or a stick to get in there. That's probably the biggest problem. But we do have a new screen that's supposed to be coming in when manufacturing is done. That's supposed to basically make it 100% clean water. It's still gonna be river water, but it's supposed to clean it up really well. Here we go. Let's see how this works. Hopefully it's not a giant mess. Well, luckily there aren't too many weeds this year, so that's good. A little bit of pile there, but it has been worse some years. Alright, so we had to pull that rack there. It was not working out too well. It was just all the leaves and stuff were getting caught up. So hopefully the new one that we're supposed to be getting in does show up and does work properly. But we just pulled it and it's working pretty well. We've got a lot of water backed up, so it'll take a little bit for it to die down a little bit, but it looks like it's going to be able to take it all. So here in a bit we'll take a dive down there and see how it's looking on the other end. Alright, so I'm here at the bottom where the water comes out, one spot at least. So drove all the way from there to here, and here we go. So all the water is coming, and then goes into there and into the pond. So there's actually two spots. I'll go over to the other one where it dives off as well. It splits to go to our south farm. Sorry, which goes from here all the way, you can see those trees, maybe, there we go, over there. So another mile of underground line from there. Alright, so here's the other split. So what it does is it actually wides right here, comes into here, out there, and then that's the one, as I said, that went a whole mile down. At least there's water coming out. That's a good sign. Alright, so I'm just driving down this mile stretch here, make sure it's coming out the other end, and make sure everything looks alright. And then I'm actually going to go back to my farm and check it, because hopefully it's done for the set that's on. Like I said, all this is underground, makes it really nice. It's getting very expensive to do anymore, but it's definitely worth it instead of having an open ditch that you have to constantly maintain. These underground lines you don't really have to do a whole lot to. Just hope that they survive, but they're buried, so you know, there's not a lot of environmental impact to them. And it looks like I made it just here in time, as it's just starting to bubble out. So then this will go into a pond that then goes into a sprinkler and more underground line. So that's kind of how it all works on this farm. Again, every farm's a little different. Some farms are open all the way, some farms have underground lines. It's just the way it kind of goes on every farm. But yeah, so we got the water, it'll start filling up this pond. That pond's gonna start getting full, and then we'll turn on pivots once we get enough head pressure in the ponds to run the pivots. For now, I'm gonna go check the other field because, as I said, it's all flood, and I have to do all manual labor for that. Can't just press a button. But getting the water to the spot, that's the difficult part with a lot of things, at least in our area. Alright, so I'm going to try to explain this from the window here. We'll see how it works. So you kind of see there's a spot here. I have a leak in the pipe and it's doing an alright job. But up there, there's kind of a spot right there, that's water. And then on the other side it's a little dry, and on this side it's a little dry. So I've got gaps, and that's the problem with flood, is part of the farm may go fast, part may go slow. This field does have marks in it to help the water flow better, and it's still being a nightmare. If I had a pivot here, so I've got 20 acres. If I had a pivot, I could be doing 120 acres, not as much water, but I could cover 120 acres, making it a lot more efficient. So there's old timers out here that they do not want to go to pivots. They like flood because you get so much more water at one time. And I don't disagree, you do, but this whole thing is a mess. And with me trying to do soil health, it's a lot easier under pivots than it is flood. So another reason, because I have to do tillage or marks or something like that to really get that water to flow right. Because if you try no-tilling, it just doesn't seem to flow the best. So multiple reasons why I want to go with pivots, but it's just the efficiency and also the soil health aspect of it. All right, so water's in the pond. We're starting to turn on pivots, or trying to, and there's already hoses off. So climb the ladder, fix the hoses, put them back up, go from there. All right, new hose on and new hose behind me. Now it's back to the ladder. I feel like I'm on a tightrope here. Kind of fun. Don't want to be afraid of heights to do this stuff. Alright, so we are turning on all the pivots now. We've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 pivots going. We'll be watering hay on this farm here, and hay on the north farm as well. Just try to give it a good drink. Good morning, guys. Next day here, and we ran into a little bit of a problem. So the neighbor was irrigating next to us, and it leaked from rat holes and stuff into our pipeline. So we had a nice pond. That's no bueno. So we're pumping it out, and then we're actually going to dig a trench to go into the old ditch line here. But the reason that's not good is, well, luckily nothing happened, but you can have pipe that floats. Basically the air in the pipe would be enough pressure to float the pipe back up to the top. Anyways, not good. So we're water packing this here since we have the water, and just trying to get it to work out here. So while we have the water pumping, all I'm doing is just kind of going along, and it's basically what it does is it's softening the ground, the water's going down, and it will meld around that pipe that's under here about 5 feet down or something like that, and it just water packs it. Very common when you put in a new pipe. We just got a long ways to go. You hope for rain and that should do it, but we don't get enough rain in this area, so this is what we're doing for now. Not sure if we'll do the entire line or not, but we just kind of want to do places here and there. At least I don't really know exactly how water packing goes. That's not my expertise. Just kind of told what to do and I do it. So yeah, we'll see where we go with it. This is what you don't want to see. Just a big pond right here. So Dad dug out a trench there and the water will go out, but we figure while we have a little bit of water, we'll go ahead and try to water pack some, like I said. But we'll be pulling that trench here really fast to let all the water out. So we've just been water packing for quite a while now. Got irrigating boots back on. We got pretty much what we can get done. The other guy was supposed to show up and he hasn't yet, so hopefully tomorrow he will, so we can keep water packing, because we got basically as far as our little pump can go and need more hose. But now we got other duties to do, and a hose, speaking of hose came off here, so I've got to go find the hose and put that back on and start this pivot back up. Always a fun day, guys. At least just one that came off. Not too bad. We're back again, water packing. We had to stop last night because we had to get other stuff done. So we're gonna try to water pack as much as we can until we run out of water. But just kind of watching it go here. So all you're trying to do is basically just fill the trench here. So we've got to go past that dozer here, but all it's going to do is it's basically going to find cracks and kind of work its way down to the pipe and try to get dirt and everything and sand to go around that pipe to kind of seal it up in a way. Not necessarily the pipe, but just the ground around it. So you'll actually see the dirt over here starts to crack and lower, and that's telling you that it's packing down around it. That's a good example right there. You can see that big old crack. So that's just telling you that the sand or dirt is just falling down and collapsing around that pipe. So there's a good example of what you kind of want to see. It's basically just finding the voids and filling it up with water and dirt and stuff. I think we're also running out of water, but again, you can see it's kind of falling off the edge there. It's pulling dirt underneath it to fill up around. Well guys, thanks for watching. It was a little bit of a mess for first run, which is pretty common. Luckily the weeds weren't terrible this year, but just everything else kind of went wrong. We'll keep working on that pipe. We did not get it all the way done, but we got the bottom part done, so we got to do the top part. We'll probably do that in the next run. And from here on, it's basically kind of get ready for corn planting. We're going to finish up some strip tilling. I'll try to get some camera work of that. I have not ran the strip tiller at all this year. Dad's been running it because I've been running other things. But yeah, we'll keep going and be getting ready for the season. Lots more to do, and then all summer long. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya.